สวัสดีค่ะ The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant accident in Japan ignited once again the debate of nuclear safety. And apart from peaceful uses, various countries are trying to pursue nuclear weapon development, and this is also a point of concern. I asked Mr. Yukiya Amano, Director General of the IAEA, or International Atomic Energy Agency, for his viewpoints. An 8.9 Richter earthquake that rocked the northeastern part of Japan in March created a giant 6 to 10 meter tsunami, which swept over 10 kilometers inland. Apart from causing unimaginable damages to buildings and houses, a nuclear crisis emerged at the Fukushima Daiichi power plants. There was a series of equipment failures, nuclear meltdowns, and releases of radioactive materials. Residents living within 30-kilometer radius of the nuclear plant have to be evacuated. This is the largest nuclear accident since the Chernobyl disaster in 1986. The Japanese government announced that the power plant will be shut down once the situation is under complete control. TEPCO, the company that operates the plant, explained that it is trying to lower radiation as much as possible in and around the reactor buildings in order to allow employees to get inside. The objective is to remove the melted fuel rods and later destroy the reactors. TEPCO conceded it may take decades to achieve this goal. Mr. Amano, what's the latest situation of the Fukushima Daiichi power plants?
Our understanding is that essentially Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plants reactors are stabilized. And the expectation of the IAEA is that these reactors would be fully stabilized as scheduled.
What's the biggest lesson learned from this incident?
There are lots of lessons, and we are continuing to learn lessons. But one of the most important things is to ensure the highest level of transparency. This is the accident in Japan, but everyone is worrying in the world. And Japan has submitted a report on 700 pages in June, 500 pages in September. But keep on doing this is very important.
How is this accident similar or different from the Chernobyl accidents in 1986?
Understanding the real root cause of the accident will take time. In case of a 3 miles accident, it took more than 10 years to go into the reactor. And in Chernobyl accident too, the views are still divided. So it would take time. But we already know that the operators underestimated the tsunami. And this is something very clear. Also, the total blackout was a very serious problem. We'll continue to learn lessons, and sharing the lessons with all the countries is essential.
What will happen to the contaminated areas around the Fukushima Daiichi plant now?
We are now, the IAEA is sending a decontamination mission to Japan. This mission will find out what Japan is planning to do or what Japan has done. And as the IAEA has some expertise in this field, if there is any, the IAEA would like to give advice to Japan. And through this process, we will be able to learn lessons. And again, the IAEA wishes to share the experience and information with other countries.
Does this accident somehow reflect the failure of IAEA in some sense? There's not enough oversight of nuclear power plants, and there are criticisms that the IAEA's response is slow and sometimes confusing.
I have to say one basic thing. In the area of nuclear safety, it is the responsibility of each state and operator to ensure the safety. And IAEA's role is to help them. After the accident happened in March, we have done everything that we could do. We activated the Emergency and Incident Center in less than 1 hour. I went to Japan in 5 days. I convened a ministerial meeting in June. And in September, we have adopted action plan. Now, the implementation action plan is the matter of utmost importance.
Is nuclear power usage still an option for the world?
I think so. According to our projection, now we have 432 nuclear power plants in the world. But according to our projection, in the low projection, there will be 90 more. In the high projection, there will be 350 more by 2030. So clearly, there will be expansion of nuclear power.
So in the future, we might have accidents like that again.
I cannot exclude the possibility of accident 100%. In the real life and real world, there's no 100%. However, let me say this. We can better prevent the accident. And if accident happens, we can better mitigate the effect.
What are the biggest challenges in using nuclear energy? Is it still a safety issue, even though technology has come pretty far today?
Challenge for nuclear power, social confidence in nuclear power. After the Fukushima Daiichi accident, the area which was most heavily impacted was confidence in nuclear power. Therefore, I say safety is first, and we need to implement action plan in order to restore the confidence in nuclear power. And I believe with the implementation of action plan, we can make a significant step forward, and the safety arrangement after Fukushima Daiichi accident would be much more robust compared to the one before Fukushima Daiichi.